Alright, what's up, guys? We're back with Attack on Titan, chapter 125, Sunset. Um, let's just jump in, man. I'm excited. This is Annie's chapter. She's finally back. So I can't wait to see my girl Annie, man. Um, alright, so Stohess District. Found a survivor over here. Quick, give me a hand. Lift that rubble up. Careful, that's it. This is the MPs, right? Okay. Nice to see the MPs doing something cool. um, don't worry, you're safe now. Oh, that's Hick, right? What happened? The wall suddenly came down. I had the strangest, most awful dream. Yeah, we all did. The Titans in the walls are marching off the island in ranks. They must not have intended to attack us, but wait, so the Titans, the Colossal Titans attacked them? Whoa. My home. It's all Aaron Yeager's fault. Wow. What's a sacrificer too, huh? How dare you? He lost his son, you know. Lots of people died when the walls collapsed. No, Aaron killed them. That's right, Aaron Yeager killed his own people. But if he hadn't summoned the Titans in the walls, the Eldians on this island would have all been slaughtered by the outsiders. That's right, our Eldian Empire survived thanks to those noble sacrifices. We've won. There's no such thing as victory without sacrifice. Dedicate your hearts. Your deaths were not in vain. Dedicate your hearts. Hitch. Dedicate your hearts. It's a lot of thoughts right now. First, it's really interesting, and it just shows like how humans are in general, right? It's always like me, right? Like we've seen that with the Marlians. Um, Completely just labeling the Eldians as devils, and like that they're, you know, better, and like the devils must be eradicated. They're like a blight on this world, right? Um and now on the flip side, we're seeing the Eldians here, the people, um like just them saying that this is all like a game, like we've won, you know what I mean? Um like I don't know, it's just interesting to see how I don't know if selfish is really the right word, but just seeing the two sides, just how like um I guess selfish is the best word, but it's just about themselves and nobody else, right? That's what I'm trying to say. Um and then the other thing that I'm noticing is that, man, this looks really similar to what happened in Marley, right? Um in the intermittent zone. Just like the carnage and the destruction that happened over there, and now it's happening again, but like on our home turf, right? Um, and it's just nuts that Aaron himself is responsible again for this carnage, but like of his own people, of his own kind. Um, and the fact that people who more than likely were supporters of Aaron in the first place, and now you're starting to see a little bit of a shift. Not too much. Like there's still some people who obviously are like, yeah, Aaron, like keep going, right? But then at the same time, you have other people who are like doubting, you know, what Aaron is doing. So I don't know. I find all of this really interesting. All right. Yeah, this is bad. The citizens are bound to clash with each other if they're this worked up. We're going to need to equip ourselves. I'll handle this. You go to headquarters and bring back recruits and weapons. Take all the riot gear you can. Roger. What are they doing over in Shiganshina? Oh, this is Annie? Oh, man. The basement. Scream and I slice your neck open. I absolutely love that this is like we haven't seen Annie in years, and I just love that this is our first like our reintroduction to this character as if she's never left, right? It's still the exact same Annie that I remember, right? Um oh, she's still got the little ring with the knife in it. Um Start by taking off that jacket. And oh, Hick putting on the moves. Okay. You're so weak. I thought someone's granny was attacking me. Who would have thought the day would come when I throw you down, Annie? Man, I really love their relationship. You of all people, Hitch. I need to get her to the basement. If I don't restrain her, the town could. Hey, too late. Oh, she cut her hand. I already cut myself. I can turn into a titan whenever I want. Your only option is to obey me. Is it now? I bet you don't have the stamina to transform if you're that weak. Maybe, but we won't know until I try. Something wrong, Miss Drazy? Miss Drazy, I'm coming in. What is Hitch gonna do, man? And again, I love just like Hitch isn't even like backing down, like both physically and like verbally, right? Like she's like just the sass that she's giving Annie. Like she's like, oh, really? Like you're not even strong enough to transform into a Titan right now, the way that you are. Um, so I don't know. I really enjoy that back and forth between these two. Oh, okay. So Hitch actually helped Annie out. Okay, you're smarter than I thought, Hitch. Shut up. If you're saying you want to leave town, I have no reason to complain. The best part? No more shifts having to stare at your face in the basement. Sounds good. Finally, now I don't have to listen to all your stupid rants about men. Huh? Why do you know about... No way. Were you conscious the whole time? Over 4 years? Wow. So, okay, so that does confirm. That was like the biggest question I had. Interesting. I wonder just how far has does that extend? Like, obviously Armin was down there a bunch. What was he saying to her, or what was he saying in confidence? Right? Um, yeah. Over the course of 4 years, just like I can't imagine what has she heard. Right? Um, but then that also begs another question. Like, in the crystal, is it possible for you to age? I mean, she looks exactly the same. Um, her hair looks exactly the same length, but um, it would be really interesting if like if her hair did grow and if we got a shot at like her nails or something and we saw that they were like really long, over the course of 4 years. But it seems like she looks like pretty much unchanged, right? So that's pretty nuts that like it essentially like time stands still within the crystal, but you're still conscious to everything that's happening on the outside. Like that's pretty nuts. Um, it was like watching a hazy dream for 4 years. I just heard both your voices from afar. Aside from that, it was always the same for me, in darkness. So I had a decent idea of what was going on the outside thanks to you two. And then I suddenly find myself released. Then I heard Aaron's voice. Was he serious when he said he's going to destroy the world? And like another thing, like I feel like I'm talking a lot, but like I feel like was there ever a specific reason why, like has it ever been said why Annie couldn't let herself out of the crystal, right? Um, because like if Aaron never released her, right? Because she points out specifically because of Aaron released her. That was the only reason why she came out. So theoretically, if he never did that, would she still be in the crystal? Like, was there like a certain amount of years she had to wait in order to break out? Like, what was she waiting for, right? What moment was she waiting for in order to like break herself out? Could she even break herself out? Um, yeah, I don't know. Okay. So it's true the wall titan. It's true. The wall titans check out their footsteps too. The only meaningful job I've done as a soldier has been cleaning up corpses and rubble. Cleaning up after you and now Aaron. So, will you tell me now? Now that you can see all the bodies that were trampled for your big important plan, how do you feel? Well, you asked me all those times. I thought about it. But how little we thought at all. They praised us for killing people, and we were taught that. Once we were beyond our borders, we could kill combatants and civilians alike. We were atoning for our sins as Eldians on a mission to save the world, so anything was justified. Armin told me about your situation. In short, you wanted to stop that, right? So, were the corpses buried under the rubble just a minor sacrifice to you? No, I didn't care about saving the world or whatever have you. Huh? I didn't care about any of that. I was abandoned by my parents not long after I was born. They say my blood test showed my mother had been having an affair with an Eldian or something. Interesting. Um, at the interment zone, I was taken in by a man of Eldian blood from another country. I heard they put him in there for similar reasons. His goal is to train me into a Marleyan warrior so that he can enjoy a better life. For as long as I can remember, he was always beating the martial arts techniques of his motherland into me. The only value I had to him was whether or not I could become a warrior. Time passed and I grew strong, just like he wanted, so I paid him back for all the pain he showed me. I made it so that he'd never be able to walk straight again, but he rejoiced. Now you can kill your enemies even unarmed, he said. Interesting. And it's interesting because like we did get to see that one flashback with Berthold, Annie, and Reiner when they were kids, and it was that moment when that flashback when Annie was like beating the crap out of Reiner. I believe back then she did say like I don't care about saving the world, right? I think she said specifically she only really cared about her dad, right? Um and yeah, and then she was pretty much what I was talking about earlier in the chapter. She also made mention of like I don't care about Marlians or Eldians, like they mean nothing to me. They're both liars, right? Um so what is this? Your life story? I I had to hear you talk for 4 years straight. The least you can do is hear me out for a little while. And so it all stopped mattering to me. Who people were, where they came from, whether they lived or died. I didn't think any life had value, not even my own. Yes, until that day. It was the morning we were heading off to the island for the plan to retake the founder. The man dropped to his knees and apologized to me. He told me that everything he taught me had been wrong. He cried and pleaded he wanted me to come back. My status as a warrior, our titles as honorary Marleyans. He said that none of it mattered so long as I returned. That man was my father. He saw me as his own daughter. Interesting. I wonder why the 180? What made him change so drastically? Because I mean, he spent literal years of his life, right? Training Annie just to get to that point of a warrior. Um and then to completely, do a 180 on years of training and say that hey, I was wrong about that. It's pretty interesting. I have a father waiting for me, and others have just as people just as important to them too. I didn't used to care about anything, but it's different now. I think I've committed irredeemable sins, but if it meant I could return to my father, I'd do it all over again. I see. Thanks for telling me that. But even if you do return to him, I think you'll find nothing but rubble and a corpse. Yeah. So then I guess that basically aligns. This puts Annie firmly alongside, Mikasa, Armin. I would assume Reiner as well. They all want to stop, the rumbling. What Eren is literally doing right now, they all want to stop that. So I would love to see all these characters get together and go after Eren. And I think that's probably where it's going to have to end up. Um, how many times do we have to tell you the rumbling has been activated? Eren Yeager is coming to take all of our lives. Your family, your wives, family, you will all be crushed. I'm telling you that you've got no proof. You say you had all the same dream? You want me to believe that nonsense and let you out? I bet you've all been plotting this together in order to escape, haven't you? I'm certain that the interned aliens around the world are saying the same thing. How could we have plotted something like that? Oh, you tell me. That's it. I'm certain now that you're all guilty of conspiracy. We're rounding you all up. On your knees, hands behind your head. Hurry it up. So please promise me that you'll come back. I will. I promise. Whoa, what is he? Did he actually get himself shot? What was he like hoping to accomplish like there, right? Like, jeez, okay. Gunfire. Hmm. Instructor, the Igorous have gathered to take over this fort. We need to hurry and run. If they find us, there's no telling what they'll do to us this time. It's fine, there's no place for me now anyway. The junta's nape has now been cut from its backbone. We've just sent it laid to rest. The people support the Jaegerists. I imagine they'll soon take control of this island. They'll be sure to wipe out members of the old order like me. Besides, I don't have the energy in me to live out the rest of my years shitting outdoors on some lonely mountain. But sir, we would have all died a few hours ago if not for you saving us. We're going to protect you, instructor, no matter what. You damn fools. Why do you think I sat there and let a bunch of pissants kick and stomp me to the ground? Oh, interesting. Do as the Jaegers say, don't you disobey them. The likes of you wouldn't be able to protect anyone but yourselves anyway. Stay here and join them. What? But the day will come for you to rise up. Until then, don't ever lose sight of who you are. Armin, wait. You'll never catch up to Connie if you set off for Raguko now. And even if you did, then what? Will you tell him to give up on turning his mom back into a human? Really? I will. Even if it doesn't work out, I need to do everything I possibly can. Gabby won't trust me unless she sees my actions. We need her. Reiner and the Cart Titan are still hiding somewhere. She could be the key to placating them. It's not as if the issue of inheriting the 9 Titans is going away. In the worst case, we'd have to repeat the last 2,000 years of conflict surrounding their power on this tiny island. I didn't even think about that. Wow. So, if I'm being honest with you, I'm so tired I could hop into bed and sleep for about 2 days straight. Humanity's history is becoming a whole lot narrower and cozier even. If I don't do all I can now, there will be a massive impact on humanity's quaint little future. I will tell Connie that maybe his mom should stay an Upside Down Titan. I'm going. Armin, what should I do? Wait, what? How, like, is that's so sad, man. Seeing Mikasa like so lost, like this is probably like really harsh, but like just like a lost puppy almost, like she doesn't know like what to do with herself right now. It's so I just feel like it's just like a position that I feel like I've never really seen her in before. It's so like I feel like it's so jarring to see her like this, right? Um Help Jean out. Just think for yourself for once. Whoa. Did he actually say that? Wow. I mean, he honestly has said like he just said what I've been and I bet a lot of people have been thinking as well. Like I don't know, man. Like I love Mikasa, dude. Like she's awesome, but like I've just been begging for like something more from this character that we just haven't really gotten. Um and again, that's why when Aaron said what he said in what was it, chapter 112, I think it was, when Gabby and Armin were all sitting in the round table. I was really hoping that was the moment that we would kind of like separate Aaron and Mikasa, right? she wouldn't be as reliant and dependent on him. Um, but like, I don't know. She's just still like, I mean, rightfully so conflicted. But I don't know. Just Armin saying to think for yourself is like, I feel like it just speaks volumes of like how like not only how Armin is feeling, because he's got like a bunch of pressure on his, he's got so much on his shoulders. And it's like, Mikasa, I can't worry about you. I can't worry about your decisions as well, man. Like you gotta start making your own decisions, right? Like I got I got a lot on my plate right now. But I don't know, him just saying that, I feel like echoes like a lot of what, like my own like issues with Mikasa lately. Um, yeah, I don't know.